go live. Okay, and we are going to go live. And I'm just getting a mic check here to see how does everything sound and can everybody hear me? It says I have 0 viewers. And it's probably recording right now. Of course, I'm just babbling away here live on the air. And I'm just doing a sound check here and just seeing if all of our followers are currently logged in. I just posted a link on the Facebook page for this live event on YouTube. And one of the viewers looks like they just went away. Okay, just wondering what's going on here. If everybody can hear me, okay. And you should be able to hear me with the sound. Okay, I just turned the YouTube video off just so we could have some peace and quiet here for a change. And welcome everybody. Thank you for following. And sounds like there's 2 viewers here now. So that's a great thing. And welcome to Charlotte Weather Ranger, and welcome to the Facebook page. Welcome to a live streaming model discussion here. And currently, I just have audio only, so you should only just see sound waves or some kind of action there on your browser. Maybe some flickerings, maybe some light shows. As long as it's not fireworks, we're okay because we do not want your electronics to blow up. Okay, so let's get started here. I thought I saw a question earlier from one of our followers and number one fans up there in Newport News, where I'm from, Anna Wall. Thanks a lot for. It looks like the second viewer went away. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, we are live. Oops, looks like we just lost everybody. They have 0 viewers there now. Okay, just wondering what we can expect to hear over the live broadcast here. Of course, I'm not sure if anybody is following at this moment. Sounds like someone. Okay, someone's back now. It says one follower. I'm testing the YouTube link myself to see if the sound comes through. Yes, okay, it is. It's a little bit of a delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the YouTube channel off so I can't hear myself, and then you should be able to hear me. And welcome viewers tonight. Okay, we have 2 viewers. Everybody should be able to hear me. Okay, looks like we have a viewer back. We have one viewer right now, and I am assuming that that is Anna. Okay, Anna, I know you're not seeing anything right now. That's right. It's only audio, so you have to have speakers. I'm only talking right now. I'm just sending that as an instant message. 3 viewers. Okay, I'm wondering if everybody can hear me. Just I guess give me a thumbs up here in the Q and A part. I am just launching that right now, and you should see something that says um, "Ask your QA questions" right there in the right. And I might expect to see questions over here, such as, um, what do you expect to see for Hampton Roads? What do you expect to see for Charlotte? What do you expect to see for Wilmington and Charleston? And what do you expect to see for the ATL as far as the storm is coming? So I just opened the application up, the broadcast for questions and answers, which you can actually hit live right now. I have 3 viewers in here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining the live broadcast here tonight. This is really awesome to be able to be connected with you as a live community. And let me get down to some graphics here and actually see what's going to happen with the upcoming storm we're expecting here on Sunday. And I'm assuming that since today was Saturday, it was a shopping day for groceries. Everybody's running out and getting their bread and milk and running into each other in the parking lot, and maybe even some cart or buggy collisions inside the stores with all the craziness going on right now. I'm gonna take a little short off to the side right here and answer some IM questions, especially here on Facebook. They're coming at in right now from all angles. This is great. Ask away. Don't feel afraid to type a question. And if you want to know something for your town, what you can expect, you can absolutely participate in this Q&A session right here, right now. It's on Google Hangouts. That is what is the driven software behind this. It's Google Chrome is a good browser to view it in, and you can see over here on the right hand side that there's a questions part. You should be able to see that. If you can't, just write something on the Facebook page saying, "Hey, I couldn't do anything. All I could do was just see nothing." But here, I'm going to get into the actual uh, current scenario, and then we can get into the model discussion. And okay, this should be live right here, right now. You should be able to see my screen, and that is the current analysis. Actually, let me refresh this. And this is the current analysis now across the United States. And this is our storm down here forming in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see over Louisiana and New Orleans, probably down in the Baton Rouge, right along the water here, heaviest rains right now. This system is going to develop and move across Florida overnight, and will be offshore in the Carolinas by tomorrow morning. And it looks like right now that storm just is gone as quick as it forms. So it gets caught up in the jet stream here in the southern part of it anyway, in the tropics, and it just all just kind of heads off here into the northeast. Let me show you the U.S. IR satellite right now, and we can put this actually into motion, and we can see all the clouds and rain and thunderstorm activity there in the Gulf getting formed as this whole system just gets ready to push east. How far into the mountains does the precipitation go, and how cold will it be? Well, there was a couple of followers on here on Facebook, and I believe just some comments I saw, and it just said, "Hey, I'm up in Hickory. It's 36 and dropping." Like there was another one up in northwestern North Carolina. I'm actually in South Charlotte, by the way. My name's Mike. Nice to meet everybody. I'm actually near the South Carolina North Carolina border. If you're familiar with South Park, South Boulevard, like Ballantyne, that's where I'm coming at you from right here. So I'm not going to expect to see anything tomorrow in the form of white stuff. If it doesn't happen, I'll consider this forecast a victory, because it's not going to do what everybody else thought it was going to do and just spit snow across eastern North Carolina. That's not going to be the case. Okay, so it looks like the NAM is currently out right now, and for tomorrow morning. And let's take a look at the NAM and see what that says right here. It actually, according to the NAM model, right here, this dotted red line is 32 degrees at 5,000 feet in the atmosphere, where you technically can see flakes anywhere to the north and west of this line right here in North Carolina. Okay, and here comes this. It puts the storm system right here off the Carolina coast, just kind of like it did with this graphic here about tomorrow morning. And what I think is going to happen actually is that everything is going to be limited to the mountains. Maybe towns up here north and west of Charlotte where the temperature dips a little bit closer overnight. Right here on the edge, you can actually see the snowflakes. But I can see the radar tomorrow morning just looking like a classic mountain event, when then the rest is just all rain. And that's really all I see from this system right now coming through on the 17th, which is Sunday. And let's take a look now. As I promised you, we're going to take a look into the future, into next week's possible storm in the Northeast, and what is that going to do as we head into weekend. I think that's the bigger situation because it's going to affect one of the major Northeast cities here, probably Philly. That's the one that I'm thinking. We can go with the this morning's GFS. Looks like the one at 7 p.m. is not done computing yet, as it's not all filled in. But anyway, here's a GFS model, and here we go into next weekend. And this is the 23rd. Actually, it's Friday evening. But a nice little low there, probably come off of Cape Hatteras, and it's gonna. These things always tend to form a different low, just to the north, and it looks like it could be off the Delmarva. So this storm is going to be something to watch for next weekend as we head into Saturday right here, and it kind of just takes a jaunt to the north, and it just kind of sits there over just off the Jersey coast and bombs out. Philly, it's a snowstorm up there. Full-fledged snowstorm, according to GFS, as we go into next weekend, which is Saturday, the 23rd, during the day. Cold enough for snow here. Very, very light stuff down into the Tidewater of Virginia, all the way down there, including D.C. This is next Saturday, folks. If you're just joining us right now, I see 8 viewers. It's great to hear from everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Charlotte Weather Ranger once again. I'm meteorologist Mike Griffith. Please, my name is Mike, and I'm not a professional meteorologist, but I do work in information technology, and this is the only thing to support my habit of wanting to do my own thing here eventually one day. But anyway, everybody, thanks for joining again. I have 9 viewers now. That's great. I appreciate everybody following and listening to this live broadcast right now on Google Hangouts and also YouTube as we talk about the weather and going into next weekend. A snowstorm up in the Northeast is going to be on the headlines uh, this weekend, Monday, from work, watching the news. Probably going to see a lot about a snowstorm up in Philly next weekend and what that's going to do. Right here is the classic signature where it's cold enough to snow anywhere to the west of this black line. And right here's your low pressure. The GFS takes it off just the Jersey coast on next Saturday, and the ensembles are also agreeing on this in the far future. Windy storm. Looks like it could be some windswept snow up here in New York, Boston, heading up into interior New England. It looks like it's a full-fledged snowstorm all the way down to the northeastern Pennsylvania, probably the Poconos, and maybe up into the Adirondacks, getting some of the effects from this coastal low right here. And what this is going to tell me is going to be quite cold here across the southeast as well. Now, let's take a look at some longer range forecast models as we can actually, I want to go with the medium range, and we're going to go with this afternoon, and we're going to go with the spaghetti plot. Okay, this is an awesome feature by the Penn State eWall, I think, for long-term climate prediction using ensembles. It's a way of using more than one model to predict a trend, and that's a better way of forecasting with computers rather than just using one solution by itself. So anyway, here we go. A cold outbreak here. It looks like on Monday. Um, we did mention this in the forecast coming up after the storm system exits the Charlotte area and also the Carolinas, Virginia, the whole East Coast. After the storm system tomorrow morning gains strength and moves away, it's going to pull in a lot of cold air behind it. We're talking like probably down into the single digits up around Philly. This is polar right here. This is the Arctic air. It looks like it's over Canada. I want to say somewhere over Ottawa, maybe Montreal, one of those Canadian cities up there. So they're going to be in the center of it. And the cold just outbreaks all the way down almost to the Florida panhandle on Monday. And I think after that, cold snap goes away. Our temperatures begin to moderate again once as we head into the 20th. And then as we get into the middle of next week, a ridge builds across the eastern part of the United States. And as far as any type of big cold outbreak, the ensembles, the GFS ensembles, are not saying anything of a crazy outbreak. In fact, it's saying that we're going to be warming up. So it's kind of like does El Nino take over one of the model solutions and drive this thing into overdrive, warm across the country and moderate temperatures across the whole eastern part of the United States heading into the 23rd, which is next weekend. But the one deterministic model was saying that we're going to have the Philadelphia snowstorm, but the ensembles are saying that it's just going to be kind of warmer than usual. This right here isn't so much cold air as it is storminess. And that system is going to come back and make an appearance over southern Alaska. And if there's this trough over southern Alaska and no ridge, and the ridge is displaced eastward, it can allow for occasional cold air outbreaks, such as on the 29th later this month. This is what we're looking at right here. And just going to be a warmer than usual January with maybe a couple of storms. We'll just have to see how the pattern holds and how much we can go with snow after the storm tomorrow on Sunday. And I think that's about it tonight for the live part, folks. You can still ask your questions on here if you would like to. And thanks a lot for some of these questions. And let me actually go and answer these before I sign off because we want to. Okay, for this is from Anna in Hampton Roads, and she wants to know what can she expect for Hampton Roads, and for tomorrow it's going to be all rain. Okay, and as far as I wonder if she can hear me. She probably can. Okay, selecting question. Please wait. Done. Currently answering. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was saying what she can expect up there is rain, and for the storm coming through next Saturday, if it doesn't fizzle out, and if it actually does come through next weekend, we can take a look at this here on our live models. And oh, and it looks like okay, there's is what I'm going to be watching. I was going to say this. Oh, let's take it into the 20 next weekend. It was somewhere. Let me find that real quick. Ah, okay, there it is. Right here on a much larger scale. Of course, this is a longer range model. It's got all the way up to 384 hours in the future. This is that storm system that could be affecting Hampton Roads on the 23rd. Anna, and it looks like the only time you might see something is after it starts to move away and pulls in a lot of clutter behind it. See some light dusting flurries, and that's really it. Thanks a lot for your question. And I'm just checking to see if there are any more. If you want to submit your questions, you can go ahead in the Q&A part. And I just answered Anna's. I'm not sure if anybody else is listening. I know we had some viewers before. We have 2 viewers now, and I'm just wondering if anybody else actually got that link. This one right here, and might want to close up some of these conversations here. Okay. Anyway, if we can go back to the weather page here and just look at the satellite, looks like it's still building out there as we go into the overnight hours here. 10:49 p.m. is the current time here in the 16th of January, 2016. Again, I'm Mike Griffith. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. It looks like we have 3 viewers now. Nice to be talking at whoever else is on there. Let's take a look at the U.S. Infrared satellite right here once again and put it into motion. And here is Sunday's storm starting to brood down here in the Gulf. You can see this whole streaming area of clouds and moisture, and this is really the southern branch of the jet stream extending all the way across Mexico and down the Pacific Ocean, just pumping moisture. And the thing is, this is warm air. Sometimes the models have trouble handling this situation, especially during an El Nino when there's warm air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. Anyway, this leaf-looking structure here is going to be the storm. It's going to move south across the southeast United States overnight. Low parks itself here tomorrow morning, and I think everything's just going to be limited to the mountains because of the warm air that the low is going to be drawing in off. It's everything here is going to be just rain. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive, and it looks like the mountains here are the only parts that are going to get the actual snow. This is looking like a snow kind of structure here over Mississippi and Alabama tonight, as it probably has some thunder and lightning in it. Maybe I know definitely down here does, right here. but this is going to form a nice little leafy structure in the clouds overnight, and it's just going to kind of move across the mountains here. Eastern Tennessee also I see it on this, and I also see uh, Western Virginia. But then again, this storm has a weird angle to it. It's just going to kind of go, off and to the ocean. It's not going to move north. It's going to move east overnight right now. And let me see. Anna said, "Thank you for answering my questions." Of course. And anybody else on here who has a question, make sure you use the Q&A feature on this application. If you're using Google Hangouts right now, you can also submit your question. On the right hand side is where I see it. It's where mine is. But the option is there to answer a question and to see what the answer will be. Of course. What else would you expect? Okay. Any other questions tonight? If not, I'm going to get off here. One more time before I do get off here, I'm going to reiterate the fact that let's go high resolution. And I want to show you guys a treat. Okay. We're going to look at the HRRR or the HRRR. And here's our expected snowfall through looking at the time right here through, let's see, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it's all light stuff. And here's where it's going to be right here. Western Carolina, Asheville, getting some white stuff tonight overnight. Enjoy, everybody. And I'm meteorologist Mike Griffith. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody.